Hello, everybody. This is Barbara Drazga with the Bundle Masterclass, and this is our impromptu Q&A, question and answer, to kind of recap week one of the course. And so far, we've got of module one. I've completed the first 4 lessons plus an exercise in the beginning of lesson 5. And in fact, I branched out. There was supposed to be 3 lessons in module 1. But there was so much content I wanted to share with you that I made it into 5 lessons and added a bunch of new content. Woohoo, bonus, right? So I hope you got a chance to take a look at the lessons. Let's just give a little recap right now. Share the screen so we can see the course outline. See if that does it. Nope, that's our group. You know what that looks like, right? Actually, let's go ahead and start with that. Let's just go into the group real quick and make sure everybody knows how to use the group. I did a video a couple of hours ago and posted it, but just so you know how to find the content. So over here is where you're going to find you can either search for content like with a hashtag using hashtag mod1 to find all the module 1 lessons. Sometimes Facebook glitches and it won't bring them all up. So here's the easy way. Go over to videos. And here are all the videos I've uploaded. And then now don't click on it, just hover, just put your mouse on top of it, and it will bring up this little box telling you it's module 1, lesson 4. Okay, there's module 1, lesson 2, okay? That's the easy way to find the videos. And they're going to be in order pretty much of when I uploaded them. So the very first one I uploaded is down here, and then it goes in kind of backwards reading order. And then if you want to find the files, I uploaded the new Module 1 outline, because like I said, I added a bunch of content. So the outline has changed from the basic draft outline that was up on the website. I've expanded that out, and I'm sure that trend is going to continue through the new modules. So I'll upload as I flesh out a new content in a module. I'll upload an update, so you can follow along if you wanted to. And then I've already uploaded the seller marketing calendar and the trade show directories, and I'll be referencing both of those in the module that I just uploaded, the last one I just uploaded before we did this, and that would be the how to evaluate idea. Oh, I'm sorry, no, it's in a module I'm doing tonight. So the process of actually creating the training is not just about knowing the content. It's about creating the slides for the content, writing the slides out, and then recording the content and then uploading it. So there are different stages that I have to go through to get this content to you. So I appreciate your patience as I roll out each lesson one at a time. All you need to do is when the lesson hits, just take each lesson and do the exercises inside of the lessons as well. All right, let's go and take a look at the updated outline. Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, that's not it, but he's cute. He's one of the speakers at the RMRC. So let me see if I can find it here real quick. It is. There we go, I found it. All right, coming at you. You ready to share screen? And there it is. So this is the new Module 1, Niche Market Discovery and Evaluation. So there's now 5 lessons in there, not 3. Understanding the changing Amazon Marketplace, and I'm sure you guys have watched this already because I uploaded that several days ago. Understanding the customer-centric approach, and that's one of the things that I wanted to make sure we were all on the same page about as we move forward. Understanding the WIFM concept, which is an acronym for What's in It for Me. And then how to brainstorm and find passions and interests. So this was the module lesson 3 was the lesson on how to brainstorm. Everybody bandies that word about, but do you really know how to brainstorm? And there are 2 elements to brainstorming. And I talk about that in the lesson 3 video. Lesson 4, how to evaluate the product and market ideas. And that's about the opposite side of the coin of brainstorming, where you're actually evaluating the ideas that you're generating so that you have a much smaller subset of ideas to work with. And then I've started into lesson 5, where to find passionate market inspiration. I've created the slides for the brainstorming exercise, and now I simply need to record the slides and upload them. And that's, we're already headed into lesson 5. And then the rest of this lesson 5, since I'm going to Rocky Mountain Reseller Conference, I might break this up into 2 different videos because there's quite a bit, and there's also, I'm going to give you a cheat sheet of 100 passions and problems I have to create. So there's quite a bit of content in lesson 5. I might break it up into different smaller lessons, and I might get some of it done tonight. If not, then I'll be back on Monday, and at least I'll have the slides done. I'll do them on the plane, but then I'll record the video of the slides when I get back on Monday and upload those then. But you guys should have plenty of exercises and plenty of practice to do between now and Monday. So let me go ahead and come back here to the chat. So do you guys have any questions about the layout, the added content, any of the lessons I've uploaded about brainstorming or idea evaluation, about customer-centric research? Do you have any questions? What questions do you have? Put them in the chat, please. Okay, you guys are all experts. I love it. Should we be concerned about sourcing? Well, Wadi, always. I'm not concerned about sourcing. I would word it differently. Sourcing is the easy part. And from where? You're working ahead. So in a couple more modules, we're going to talk about how to source wholesale, how to create your own products, how to private label in order to create bundles. That's a little bit further on. But I have a different approach to researching things to sell. I start with the target market. And I know that we learn as sellers to go scan everything, start with the product and go from there. And then, you know, very percentage of our products won't sell and they sit there. So I turned it upside down, and I believe in doing a customer-centric research, finding out pools of people who are passionate about something or have a common problem to solve, and then going out to find problems that meet their passions, speak to their problems, and then bundling related items together to be the oh my God, I have to have that product that they buy in order to meet their passion or solve their problem. So right now, Wadi, we're learning about how to find these groups of people and how to find people who have passions and who have problems and what that would look like. Does that make sense? So I encourage you all to make sure you watch all the lessons that I've uploaded so far and make sure you do the exercises. And then I want you to share, if I don't want you to share, it'd be great if you shared in the group. You know, a lot of people have already started sharing. One of the exercises was pick up something from your desk and go through the WIFM exercise. What's in it for me? Why would I buy this pen? Why am I motivated to buy this pen? And go through that brainstorming exercise to really learn and get practice getting into the heads of potential buyers. So creating your own products sound terrifying to me. Cindy, oh, chill. It's fun. I wish I would have brought in, I just got something from Vistaprint and I just printed out. I had some puzzles made to accompany a set of coffee mugs I have, and they just arrived today. And I went and I created a free crossword puzzle, and I had it printed on Vistaprint. This is fun, and I got them in. And I'm like a little kid at Christmas tearing open a box to see what they look like. Very exciting. So it's not terrifying to create your own product at all. In fact, you should not be thinking about products right now. You should be thinking about problems and passions, okay? So I want to get everybody on the same page with our mindset. The product is easy. The products are everywhere. Did I tell you guys I just got back from China? I went to China for 12 days. I went to 6 trade shows. I met with factory owners. I'm going back again in the fall and probably again a couple of times a year, it looks like. Products are easy. Finding products are easy. You could find products and throw a bunch of them up on Amazon and eBay and they don't sell. Why wouldn't they sell? Does anybody know why a product that you throw up online doesn't sell? Can you postulate a guess? So why wouldn't a product sell? It might not fit a need. No demand. Nobody wants it because there's no interest. Okay, so wouldn't it be cool if we could determine if there was an interest for product well in advance of ever buying product? And that's why I'm talking about doing your product research up front before you, or doing your market research up front before you ever get to sourcing products. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm just going to scroll up here and see if I can see your chat because I want to make sure we're all understanding my perspective here. So, do I ever use promotional companies to source products? Sure. I source from wherever I source the products that fill the bundle for the needs of the market that I'm going for. If this question's jumping ahead, I can't wait. I was just wondering if there's a certain percentage of profit before you build your bundles. We will absolutely talk about brainstorming criteria against which to evaluate your bundle ideas. Now, this is why it's important that you do the lesson on brainstorming and then the next lesson on the idea evaluation matrix, because we're going to use these tools, the idea generation and the evaluation matrix. We will use these tools throughout this entire course. So get really familiar with those tools. And then when you ask me a question like, if there's a certain percentage of profit you build into your bundles, my answer is yes. But it doesn't matter what my criteria are. It matters what your criteria are going to be for what you want your profit to be, what target it's for, etc. And again, you got to get comfortable with the tools to move forward. Okay, what else? Nobody want, or do you solve? That's right, they don't solve a problem, Susan. That's right. Does everybody kind of understand? Let's see, Candace is asking, I think I'm missing a connection between drilling down to a small niche market that will have a tiny market to finding a large pool of people in a niche market. Okay, so there's that comes to, and that'll be in lesson 5. We're going to talk about what are your criteria for a niche market. And some of mine are that it has to be super, super passionate about something. It has to have enough people in it that I can consider it a smaller mass market. So it's not like a pen, which I could sell to a ginormous mass market. You would all agree, right? But what if it is a collector's edition pen made out of a certain alloy, it's limited edition, it's a much higher price point. There's a very different niche market for that kind of pen than just a generic pen. Does that make sense? So pen collectors would be a sub-market of the giant anybody who uses a pen market. Does that make sense? Okay. Candace, did I answer your question? Did you understand that there's no connection between drilling down to a small niche market and finding a large pool of people in a niche market? Forget about the size of the market right now. Right now, we're brainstorming passions and problems. I like the idea that you find the need first. Worry about the product second. That's right, Wadi. Okay, so did I explain that properly? Did you understand what I'm talking, where we're at now? We're looking for people, pools of people who have a common passion. So let's talk about people who love Star Trek, okay? Or Star Wars, and the Star Wars movie is coming up. Now, that's a huge niche, right? It's a great niche, and it's going to be competitive because there's a lot of stuff going on. Now, forget about the brand restrictions now, right? We're just talking about a passionate pool of people, okay? So people who like Star Wars, now I'm kind of a Star Wars geek myself. What did I say, Wadi? Stop. Who cares if Star Wars is gated? Forget Amazon for a second. Forget that for a second. I just want you to kind of roll with me here. So, would you all agree that people who love Star Wars are fanatical? Especially the people old school like myself, who was, when I was 13, I went and I watched that movie. I was 9 years old. I watched that first movie 13 times when it first came out as a 9-year-old girl. And I was in love with Luke Skywalker. Now I'm an older woman who loves it, and I've got some money to spend. What am I going to buy? I'm going to buy the stuff that reminds me of the first movie, the first set of characters, right? So would I be a subset of everybody who loves Star Wars, right? Anna's hubby's a Star Wars geek. Okay, Anna, do some market research with your hubby, because you got a niche market right there in your house. Ask him what is his favorite part of Star Wars. Now, would it be the new characters whose names I can't even tell you? I do not remember of the most recent movies. I can't remember their names. I'll watch the movies because it's Star Wars, but in my heart and soul, if I'm going to collect something, or if you want to give me a gift, it's got to be the original Star Wars, okay? So I'm a sub-niche of somebody who loves Star Wars. I like the first movie. I like the Han Solo and the, right, Princess Leia, and that's a sub-market of that. Does that make sense? Okay, so are we on the same page? Do you understand the difference between a ginormous market and a niche within that market that's based on a passion? And then the other thing you want to look for is people who have common problems. And this is an easy one. So if you watch TV, I don't watch normal TV anymore. I just have Netflix. I don't have cable. I did it on purpose. So I miss out unless I'm traveling and I sit in a hotel room and now I find myself like glued to cable because I don't have it. Must have cable, right? And they have commercials. If I did, one day I'm going to have to like do a count over the course of 2 hours of television, what percentage of them are for a physical problem, a medical problem that's solved by a pharmaceutical product. Wouldn't you agree that a good portion of mainstream commercials on TV are some sort of pill that you can take to solve some problem? Fair enough? Okay, when you guys are sitting down, you're watching TV, you got out in the background, and sometimes you're sort of like tuning it out. I want you to actually pay attention now to the commercials. I would never tell anybody this in any other circumstance. Pay attention to the commercials and start making lists, not of the solution, but of the problem that that pharmaceutical company is addressing. Start making a list of those problems. Now, let's say, well, I don't know, somebody in the chat, shout out, what's a problem that you see that a pharmaceutical company is like throwing chemicals at to solve? Name something. And if you say Viagra, I'm going to smack you. Name something that I can like run with without blushing, okay? Diabetes. Okay, well, that's a serious one too. That's like life-threatening. Sleep disorders. Bladder control. Okay, there's some good ones in here. Good. Let's do, well, sleep disorders and bladder control are right off the top of my head. I can think of some stuff. Let's go with bladder control. And they want to give you a pill, right? So here's a simple question. What else can people do to solve their problem or relieve their embarrassment when they have bladder control issues? That's your question. Adult diapers, that's a common one, right? What else? What else? Now look, I want you to watch what I'm doing and not just listen to the questions, not just listen to this video. I want you to watch how I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm asking you a question and you're answering in the chat, and then I'm asking, what else? What else? Okay, what else? Now, what other problems do they have that we can find something else for? So I keep asking you questions to draw out more ideas. Do you see what I'm doing? I want you to see what I'm doing, but how I'm doing it, so that you can learn this skill on your own. Brainstorming, that is exactly what I'm doing. But I'm helping walk you through the brainstorming, but I'm not around all the time. And I want you to learn this really, really, really valuable skill. I use this in every area of my life. Naturally now, I don't even think about it. And my gift for you is, my wish for you is that you learn the skill of asking the right questions so that you can start generating ideas to make money on, basically. Okay, let's try another one. Sleep disorders. Well, that's a big one. Being an entrepreneur myself with my brain just never shutting up, I am constantly looking for something. In fact, today there was an ad on Facebook that was fed to me. It's some sort of device that you attach to your head, and it like does something. I don't know if it shoots electrodes in. I'm not sure what it does. But yeah, that's a solution for people with sleep disorders. So here's a submarket. People with sleep disorders who don't want to take chemicals. I'm that person. I'm that target market. So what else can I use? I'm not saying I have a sleep disorder. Let's say people who have problems sleeping. They have insomnia. What else? And they don't want to take chemicals. Now let's brainstorm. Relaxing music, meditation, sleep apnea machines, darkened shades, calming tea. Look at all these great ideas. What else? Stretching. How about yoga, eye patches? How about a massage table so your partner can give you a massage every night so you fall asleep? Excuse me. Breathing exercises, orange glasses. Never heard of that. Drugs. Well, Wadi, one of the criteria for me as your niche market is I have trouble sleeping and I don't want to take chemicals to solve that problem. So there's maybe herbs. I'll try melatonin. Orange glasses blocks blue light. I didn't know that. Wine over the counter. Yes, wine is not a chemical, but it gives me weird dreams. Essential oils. Wadi, nope, I don't want to do over the counter. I don't want artificially created chemicals in my body to help me sleep. And I think there are a lot of people that feel that way, who have sleeping problems. And we won't know that until we do some keyword research, but we'll learn how to do keyword research a little bit further. Magnesium, that's great. Magnesium and potassium powder. Thank you very much. I forgot I need to use that. Cold air. You know, strangely enough, having a little fan, comfy pillow, a little fan in my room that isn't really on me at all. It just has this humming noise in the background. Helps me sleep, right? I can't be the only one who feels that way. There's something about that repetitive noise makes me sleepy. So do you see what we just did here and how we did it? I use a humidifier. Good job. Okay, so everybody look at the chat. Someone's got an essential oils diffuser going all night. Airplane noise, right? How about one of those noise machines? I've never tried them, but one that, plays ocean noise and whatever. So, how about something that simulates a car ride? Did you guys see, somebody came up with this crib that simulates the riding of a car. You know, when you put a child in a car seat and drive around the block, a lot of times that puts them to sleep. Now, what if you could find a way to do that for an adult bed, right? An adult version of it. Because I sleep okay on airplanes. Epsom salt bath. Okay, so I want you guys to take a look in the chat now. Scroll up and look at what we just did. So we started with, let's find a problem to solve. And then people who have insomnia. Okay, that's a pretty big market. Well, let's narrow that down by adding one criteria. People who have insomnia, who don't want to take chemical-based drugs. And that narrows it down a little bit more. So now we can get a little bit more targeted ideas. Now, all the things that you see in the chat here, a lot of the things you see, we can put these together into a bundle for people who have insomnia. Wait, not even people. We can add one more criteria. For women who have insomnia, who don't want to take chemicals. For entrepreneurs who have insomnia, who don't want to take chemicals, right? So you can really niche down by adding one little criteria onto a larger target market. Just add one extra criteria in order to niche a bundle even further. Are we all on the same page? Do you guys see what I did? Please say yes or no. Tell me if you're confused and what you're confused about. Very helpful, good. Ask questions in the chat because I really, really want you guys to get this. This is really important, and it's going to be the reason it's important. It's going to help you in all areas of your business. It's not just about finding products to sell and finding niche markets to sell. It's about, dealing with everybody in your life, communicating with people. When something happens that you perceive as a problem, somebody cuts you off, for example, when you're driving, somebody cuts you off. I click into brainstorming mode. Well, what else is going on with that person? Maybe his wife is in the passenger seat and she's giving birth and they need to get to where they're going. And so you can apply a skill of creative idea generation to every area of your life. And it's just a habit that you can learn. Everybody is creative at birth, and we put all this stuff on top of that as adults. And if we could just loosen some of that up and learn how to just learn the skill of asking the right questions, and then asking more questions and asking more. Everybody got it? I don't want to feel like I'm lecturing you because I put a lot of this in all of the lessons. So if you go through the lessons and you work through the exercises and you go through the exercise a couple of times, I think you'll start getting it. And then I also want you to pay attention in the exercises and in any video that I do with you that has to do with brainstorming. I want you to kind of pretend you're a fly on the wall and you're watching me. And you're seeing how I do what I do to do idea generation. And just kind of model me. And then do it better, because I'm not at it, I'm not the best at the best. Just, learn from everybody, follow no one. Just pick up the skill and then refine it to meet your needs. What other questions do we have about brainstorming, identifying niche passions or problems? I am totally teaching you to fish. Okay, so just between us girls and guys, there are a lot of programs that I've bought into where they give me a little piece of information and they don't teach me how they got that information or how I can go duplicate that or replicate it into something else. And I end up feeling frustrated that I haven't really learned what I need to learn to apply to my business. I've just learned one piece of information. So my goal with this course is to teach you as much as I can so that you'll be able to go out and teach somebody else how to do this. Teach your virtual assistant how to do this. In fact, that's not a bad idea. Let's make this an exercise. I want you to teach someone how to, it could be your daughter, your child, your business partner, your dog. Teach them how to, well, yeah, a dog, okay. But teach them how to do some brainstorming of a passionate or market with a problem. Ask questions. Become me. Become the facilitator. And go to your spouse or your teenage child and say, hey, look, what kind of problems do you see a lot of your peers having? Like a common problem that a lot of your teenage friends have, but it's the same problem over and over and over. Make a list of 3 or 4 of those. And let's talk about it. So now you are facilitating them brainstorming. So you can get into this habit of being the brainstorming facilitator in all areas of your life. Does that make sense? I don't want to feel like I'm lecturing you guys here. I really want this to be interactive. How can I help you? Do you have any questions about the content, the lessons I've already done? Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Letitia. Thank you, Cindy. Do you have any questions about the content I've already done? About how to brainstorm? Anything off the top of your head you need some clarification on? You have to go over it again. Absolutely, Susan. And in fact, with me going to the Rocky Mountain Reseller Conference for 4 days, it's going to give you guys a little bit of a break of new content. I think I might do one. I've got one presentation left to record tonight, and I'll upload it. And it's basically, I'm going to walk you through what I just did, and that'll be a good one to just practice and go through over and over, and have fun with it. This is fun when you get started. So take a few days and just start practicing these skills and start digging around. Dig around on Amazon and dig around online and just start playing around with developing a list of problems that people have and a list of passions that people have. And you can get really fun with the passions part, right? So what are you passionate about? This group exercise was fun. Good. Golf. Somebody's at, oh, cool. Let me scroll up, make sure. Just take a little practice to do. Absolutely, Pauline. If you just do it, I'm telling you, if you do this like 3 or 4 times and you have fun with brainstorming anything 3 or 4 times, you'll get addicted. And then another 3 or 4 times, it's going to become habit. You won't be able to not do it anymore. Double negative. Okay, what else? How much time you spend in convergence, divergence, and convergence? Seems time consuming. Doesn't have to be. Okay, Candace, great question. Candace asks, how much time do you spend in divergence and convergence? Seems time consuming. Well, we just did. We just did divergence with the insomnia. We diverged out. I said, what kind of problems? We did it a couple times, if you notice. I said, what kind of problems do you guys see pharmaceutical companies throwing drugs at? And you listed a bunch of them. That's divergence. And then I converged down for you. And I said, okay, insomnia, but I don't want to take chemicals, and I'm a female. And it happened just like that. So it doesn't have to, you don't have to brainstorm 3,000 ideas. Just brainstorm a bunch, put them on a piece of paper, and start picking out the ones that work best for you. Pick out 1 or 2 randomly and run with it. And ask questions like, what else would solve this person's problem? What kind of products would help ease their pain? What kind of products would make them say, shut up and take my money? Okay? So don't overthink it. Sometimes you have to give a bunch of information and tools so you can understand the tool. But once you get going and you start understanding how to generate ideas and then quickly sort through them, it becomes natural. This is natural. I'm not scripted. There's nothing. This is just how I think now. And hopefully you will too. Darn it, I forgot about this until just now. Jane, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but this group exercise was fun. Yes. Golf. Waddy really likes golf. Travel. Okay, let's have some fun here. Let's do some combining. Waddy likes golf. Susan likes travel. And Marcella likes gardening. Boom, Waddy already did it. Travel with golf. Do you see where I'm going? So we brainstormed. I said, what do you got? What are your passions? I got 3 passions, travel, golf, and gardening. And now you're already putting those together. How about putting together a package for people who travel around from golf course to golf course to golf course all around the world? How about doing an ebook and putting up on Kindle of golf courses of the world for travel lovers? I mean, this doesn't have to be brain surgery. You could even do a merch shirt We'll work for golf clubs. I don't know, something, right? All right, what else? We won't be able to turn off our brains. Jane, welcome to my life. That's why I have insomnia. My brain's always going. I used to have a pad of paper by my bed, but I would get up in the morning and I'd look at it, and all the stuff I'd written down in the middle of the night, the ideas to capture, well, I couldn't read them. So now I have a recorder. And yes, Candace, it is natural, but I've been doing it for years. This is how I see the world now. You forgot about this phone call? No worry. Hey, Jane, I'm recording it. Lucky you. So you can rewatch it because there's some really good stuff in here. So Candace says it seems so natural. So I think this is our natural state. If you observe small children and you watch how they view the world and how they're always putting stuff together, you're like, what the heck? Right? They are such creative beings, pure creative beings, and we were too, and we still are. But we have all that adult stuff that was thrown on top, and our traditional schooling system dampening down our creativity, and whatever you think the reasons are, we still have that creative child inside of us. So, that inner child thing, it is. I'm like a big kid. I am. You put me, if I get overwhelmed because if there's too much stimulus, my brain just starts firing and putting stuff together. And to me, this is just living in fun because I see so many combinations and possibilities. And again, my wish for you is for you to gain it. I'm not anything different or special than any other human being. I just have practiced using, seeing things from different perspectives for a really long time. So I'm just ahead of the curve, but you can use this too. You can gain this skill too. It's just a skill. All right. What else? Travel and biking. There we go. Now, travel, biking, and dogs. How about dog owners who want to take a biking trip of Europe and take their dog? There we go. So what do? I want you guys to look in the chat because there's some really awesome ideas here. Susan and Cindy. Susan says travel and biking. Cindy says dogs. Now put them together. That's it. That was our brainstorming, and that was our divergence and convergence, just like that. Come up with products. Now let's pull in the product part because Wani was asking, well, where do I find products? That's easy. Now let's say you've got dog owners, passionate market, put a criterion, they want to bike Europe. Now come up with a bundle for people who want to travel with their dogs. What are the needs? And then start asking the right questions. What do they need? What products do you need to travel with your dog? What products do you need to travel internationally with your dog? What products do you need if you're biking with your dog? And just start brainstorming a list of the things that somebody who wants to bike with their dog would need. And just start doing a list. And you're already building a bundle. Okay, Candace, customer-centric question. Do you think that solving a problem is stronger than satisfying a desire or passion? I don't feel comfortable rating one above the other. So if I've got a toothache and it is impeding my ability to live, to exist, it is so overwhelming. And I'm also a Star Trek nut. And the movie's coming out tonight. But I am incapacitated with such pain that I can feel it in my toenails. So I've got a problem and I have a passion. Which one's more important at that moment? I'll let you answer that. Candace, which one's more important at that moment? That was a trick question. My toothache, my problem, solving my problem is so much more important at that moment. So it's all relative. It's about timing. It's all relative. Coffee for Amazon sellers. Is that a question, Jane? Oh, yeah, coffee. Oh, that's a good one. Or not just Amazon sellers, coffee for entrepreneurs, coffee for online sellers. I mean, you could just have so much fun with this. Coffee for dog owners, coffee for parents of newborns. I can't sleep since I started this Amazon journey. I know, it's only going to get better. I had creativity educated out of me. Not anymore. You're going to forget all that X training, Candace, and I got your back now. And trust me, I know a lot of you are like, oh, what do I bundle with what? And how do I do UPCs? That's the easy stuff. I'm telling you, it's the easy stuff, and we're going to get there in a couple modules. But bear with me during this module 1. This is such an important skill to learn and to be able to naturally use to generate ideas and see connections where your competitors do not see the connections. So it's important to get this down, practice, run through my lessons, rewatch the videos. Unless I'm starting to grate on your nerves. Wadi, you're welcome. Travel and TEFL, yes. Who was it? Susan, was it you I was talking with about teaching? Now, TEFL means teaching English as a foreign language. Was it? I think she and I were having this chat about all the cool ideas for somebody who wants to live abroad for 6 months and teach English as a foreign language in, like, Africa. There we go. Wadi's got more ideas. Cart for a bike that attaches. Niche down to small dogs. Oh, man. The dog market is overcrowded and overrun with competition. Or so your competitors will say. Everybody else who is like, oh, the dog market's too big. I can't go after it. It's already covered. Let them think that. Now niche down to dog owners who want to travel. Different breeds of dogs, because different breeds of dogs have different needs, right? There's some dogs, I think the pugs with the smashed-in faces, they have breathing problems, right? So they have a whole set of issues, problems to solve with products by offering the right product for people who own pugs. Make sense? So Cindy's on the mark, niche down to small dogs. Awesome. I'm into DIY projects and can definitely see the potential. Oh, Anna, I don't even know where to start with that. What kind of tools? Okay, I was sitting at my favorite Italian restaurant before I went to China, and next to me was this guy who makes art. So I started asking him after seeing these beautiful paintings he made. They're just gorgeous. I like bright colors, and his were like really bright colors. So I asked him, I'm headed to China like in 2 days, and I asked him, what kinds of tools do you use for your painting? He gives me this laundry list of things I didn't even know existed, and the brushes have to be like a certain kind of hair on the brush. So the do-it-yourself market in any kind, whether it's art or building your own products or building furniture or anything, they need things, tools, in order to do what they do. So there's, I don't even know how many hundreds of thousands of bundle ideas right there. Pick a market. Pick any do-it-yourself market or project, and then bundle together the tools that they need to do whatever their project is. And then you want to secure that with like a printed plan of a certain project that they can do with those tools that nobody else has. Pain, yes. Is it too niche to say not only a gift for dog rescue owners, but a specific breed of dog rescue owners? Okay, so let's reword that. How big would the niche be of pit bull rescue owners? Now we have a problem statement. So all I did, so I'm going to do what I do, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. Margola, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. She's asked, is it too niche to say not only a gift for dog rescue owners, but a specific breed of dog rescue owners? So I'm going to rework that into a problem statement that I can do something with, because that's a yes or no answer. And in the video, I talked about having open-ended questions, and I'm going to reword that to, what do pit bull rescue owners need? What problems do pit bull rescue owners have? Now we can start listing different problems they have. Does that make sense? So Jane, is the idea to always put 2 or more ideas together for a bundle? No, right now we're just, let me rephrase the question. Right now we're just coming up with ideas for passions that people have or problems that people have. Now, when we identify a problem like a female who has insomnia, who doesn't like to take chemicals, now we start generating, now we've got a problem statement. What kinds of things will help me solve my problem based on that my market criteria, that I'm a female with insomnia who doesn't like to take chemicals. Now you start brainstorming out what are some solutions to my problem. And those pieces could potentially go into a bundle. And you're going to brainstorm a whole list of those, and then you're going to converge down into the ones that make the most sense and that have the most relevancy. Does that make sense? Okay, so small dogs, tools for quilters. Oh my gosh, quilters are a huge market, huge market. Um, wow, Anna says wow. I don't know what that means, if it's good or bad, but I'll take it as good. Cool. Tools for quilters doing special kinds of quilts. See, now Jane is plugged in because I have no idea about the quilting market, but apparently you can do different kinds of quilts in the quilting market. Didn't know that. So maybe there are different sets of tools for the different types of things you do in the quilting market. Now, I don't know how big the quilting market is, but the next thing I would do is go to like merchantwords.com and type in quilting. And Merchant Words will, it gives you the search volume for 30 days of any keywords on Amazon. And I would want to see how big that market is. And I'm pretty sure it's pretty big. Double wow. Anna says double wow. Okay, you're messing with me, Anna. I don't know why you're wowing me, but cool. Beginner crochet kit for kids. Okay, let me try this again. Beginner crochet kit for kids. Travel survival kit for toddlers. Oh, that's brilliant. Now let's brainstorm off of this one. Travel survival kit. ... Now fill in the blank. I want you to brainstorm out in the chat. Travel survival kit. Jane started with for toddlers. Who else needs a travel survival kit? In the chat. Elderly, seniors, everyone's not good enough, Candace. Millionaires. Ooh, I love that. Preppers, middle school girls. Oh, gosh, you guys are coming up with some awesome ideas. Expats. This is dogs. Cats. I have cats, different needs in dogs, right? Lovers, singles. Oh my God, this stuff is brilliant. This is awesome. Oh, I have to save this chat. Let me see if I can save this chat, and I will put it into I'm going to put it into a file. Save chat, yes. I'm going to put it into a file and put it up in the group so you can revisit and everybody else can see it too. This is, okay, honeymooners. This is great stuff, guys. You are just coming up with some, I love it. I love it. I love it. Every single one of these, color books, Play-Doh, crayons, Jane is already brainstorming what to put into the travel survival kit for toddlers. So she's already brainstorming the items to put in there. Brilliant. I love I really like that travel survival kit for millionaires, because think of all the cool stuff you could put in there, and then your price point. Your price point is going to be, but I would, instead of millionaires, I'd put for luxury travelers. So travel survival kit for luxury travelers. Candace, I think you should run with that one. So do you guys all have some starting points now for how to generate ideas of people who are passionate or problems that need to be solved? Pregnant women. Oh man, travel survival kit for pregnant women. That's awesome right there. That is an awesome idea. I mean, these are all awesome ideas. Really, guys. That's pretty. Hey, travel survival kits for Democrats, Republicans. Hey, no lie. During the election, I sold out already, but I sold watches, wristwatches, one Donald Trump and one Hillary Clinton, and I sold them to both sides because I marketed them like the Donald Trump watch. I'd market them to Trump lovers, and then I put a whiteboard marker with it so that they could draw on the face of the clock, like, I don't know, devil horns or, you know, mustache or whatever. And then I marketed that as an I Hate Donald Trump watch kit. And then I did the same with the Hillary. So I was selling the same watch, but to 4 different markets. Yeah, it's all about marketing. So is it fair to say that people who fall into a certain political camp are passionate about that camp? Absolutely. Absolutely. So Francine is building a middle school kit. Oh, that's awesome. Business men and women, people that want to meet millionaires. Ooh. Outrageous older women could be funny. Yeah, I'm in. People that want to meet millionaires. Cindy, I like the idea that you're brainstorming, and the people that want to meet millionaires, when we start doing our criteria for whether or not a market is viable to go after, have you guys watched the video I did on the idea evaluation matrix? So one of the criteria that I look for in a market is they have to have money. Another one is they have to buy online. I know it sounds basic, but I don't go after markets that don't have enough money in it, or people who are just don't have money to spend, or they don't buy online. So I would challenge you to think people that want to meet millionaires, they fall into two camps. They don't have money and it's wishful thinking, or they're willing to pay anything to shake the hand of a millionaire. You could do like an ebook on how to meet influential people, for example. Fantastic, yes. Just the survival kit concept for different market is a cool idea for a PL product. Yup, Anna, you just nailed it on the head. Now, I know this course is Bundle Masterclass because everybody knows the term bundles on Amazon, but it truly is about private labeling your own product or group of products as a solution for a problem or to meet a passion. That's what this course is about. It's not just about creating bundles. It is about creating a suite of products for yourself that are going to sell over and over and over and over because you've done the right research of the market up front before you go sourcing products. Because I'll tell you, I did it the other way around, and I got rolling racks full of crap that I can't sell because I did it backwards. So once I learned how to find out what people want first and then source the product and create such an amazing value of products put together for them that they say, shut up and take my money. Once I learned that, everything was free and clear. It was just free sailing. So Anna hits it on the head. Just the survival kit concept for different markets is a cool idea for a PL product. So Anna, tonight, why don't you have some fun and brainstorm all different markets for survival travel kits? See what you come up with. Sending your kids to camp. My neighbors are sending their girls to camp for a week or months, the little 13-year-olds who work for me and put bundles together. And they're going to camp for a month. And I happen to know that today and yesterday, they were putting their lists together and putting all their stuff together of what they need to take to camp. Journal in the middle school kit, college survival kit, yes, care packages for college. And we're bumping up to the back to school, care packages for college kids. Love it. Now, Jane, who buys care packages for college kids? Who are you going to market that to? Oh, there's 21 messages. I have to roll. I'll just answer that real quick so I don't miss any messages. Grandparents and parents, right? Not the college kids. And boy, the grandparents, they will spend money on their grandkids. So many ideas for survival kit. You guys have to, tonight, just have fun with the survival kit idea and start brainstorming and get really crazy funny. It could be like survival kit for zombie lovers. Just have fun with this and brainstorm all the way out and just go nuts and off the wall and see what kind of unique and fun combinations you can come up with, and then share that in the group. This can be fun. Travel kit for people with bladder problems. Boom. Travel kit for people with insomnia. It's worse when I'm in a hotel room for less than 2 nights. How about travel kit for public speakers? Do you ever include a merch shirt in bundles? Not a merch shirt, but I would consider. Now, I don't know if I'd put a shirt in bundles because of the size thing. Right? But I like what you're thinking about, putting something that's custom in the bundle. And absolutely. Like I said, I just got my my zombie puzzles back from Vistaprint. Nobody's got those because I created one randomly from a free crossword creator. Nobody can recreate it. I bet one of those, Diana. Camp Crit's great idea. Nuns and priests. Oh, what a cool idea. I have no idea what their needs are. But Susan and everybody else, I'll bet you when you go to church and you talk to your nuns and your priests, you want to ask them some questions. The questions being, what are some common problems that priests come up against every single day? And nuns too. Ask them. Don't guess. Ask them. Moms, grandma, pastors, moms, love it, guys. Grandkids, ski program, spend kids in. I love that. Spend kids inheritance. I love it. Maybe a beginner cooking kit for kids. Awesome. And put like a little apron in there. And I traveled with 6 nuns to Rome. This sounds like the beginning of a bad joke, Susan. Susan says, I traveled with 6 nuns to Rome, ... I dare all of you to write the next line in that story in the chat. I traveled with 6 nuns to Rome. And a priest and nun walked into a bar. That's pretty cool. There's a story behind that, Susan. So Susan plugged into nuns. I think Susan needs to Now, Susan, we need to remember that one of our target criteria is, do they shop online and do they have money to spend on things? So you would have to, double check against your criteria if the nun market is a good market for you. Now, you might go after the people who buy things for nuns. What would they buy for nuns? My friend puts together a bundle of products for people she knows who are going to have chemo. My mom had cancer, and I have a good friend who had cancer, and definitely a target market, absolutely a target market. And there's different things, types of things you can put in a bundle for people who know they're going to have chemo, and part of it could be hard items, and then the other part could be soft items. Hard items would be, maybe they need caps and maybe booties, but then the soft items are a music CD with calming music, meditation CD, something that makes them feel good, right, as opposed to a physical product. So Candace, that's awesome. Some of them actually do. Their families pay. Okay. Hey, Susan, that might be a really interesting market, the nun market and the priest and religious clergy, the clergy market, and find out what their problems are. What are their common problems? And then we want to, after that, we want to do some keyword research and make sure that there's enough traffic on Amazon. And then maybe Amazon isn't the place, and maybe there's another place that you can sell a bundle that targets, maybe there's a magazine for the clergy market, and you can put an ad in that magazine and sell products through the magazine. There's all sorts of things you could do. All right, I don't want to feel like I'm lecturing you guys, and I know I'm kind of going on and on because this is what happens when I brainstorm. Do you have any questions? Do you understand what's going on in the chat and what we're doing in this video? Are we all kind of on the same page? Awesome. On merchant words, is there a minimum monthly number you stay close to? No? I just look for I look for enough volume, but it could be a smaller volume with a long tail keyword, and I'll still go after it because it's a long tail keyword, and I'll have less competition. And I'll talk more about keyword research and what is long tail keyword when we get to that module. All's good? Yes, yes, good. Cool. Well, we're bumping up. Boy, it goes really fast when I start brainstorming. I could go for hours. We're bumping up against an hour. I just want to make sure that you guys get a general idea of what I'm talking about. And do you feel confident that you can do some brainstorming on your own right now? You're going to watch all the videos soon. Great. And keep in mind, here's the key to brainstorming: asking the right questions and the right type of questions. Here's what we don't want to ask: yes or no questions. Is there a market for this? Yes or no? That's not a good question. A better question would be a little bit more specific, like what problem does this solve? Who would buy something like this? They're called open-ended questions, which leaves it open for you to brainstorm a whole bunch of ideas. So just ask the right questions and start brainstorming. And then ask this added question on the end when you feel a lull: what else? How else? Who else? Use that word else. What else? How else? Who else? To kind of get the juices going again. Does that make sense? Yeah, watch the videos. And I'm going to toss up a new video now. It's going to, I'm going to record it right now for you guys, and I'll toss it up in about an hour because I have to record it, and then I have to edit it, and then I have to convert it, but I'll get it up before I go. And then, yes, I do have to pack, but easy peasy. I'm kind of have a go kit for my travels. So it's only a couple of days, so I'm just doing a carry-on. So this live meeting has been awesome, and with the previous modules lesson, it hits right home. Anna, thank you so much. That was my goal, and I think it's going to be really helpful for me to do these live sessions towards the end of, at the very least at the end of every module, but maybe every couple of lessons, depending on how much content I deliver in a lesson. But understanding this skill, how to generate ideas, this is the most important skill, the most important skill, in my humble opinion, that you can have in your business, which is why I've spent so much time on it, and I started the course with learning this skill. So don't get frustrated. We haven't talked like specific about bundles. Trust me, we'll get there. And that's the easy part. Once you get this mindset in place, customer-centric mindset, everything else is a lot easier. It truly is. Okay, so enjoy your trip. Thank you. I want to buy you breakfast one morning. Let me know. Woohoo! I'm in, oh, you mean in, well, breakfast comes free. You can have breakfast with me, but breakfast comes with you. Wait a minute. Lottie says he wants to buy me breakfast one morning at the hotel at the Rocky Mountain Reseller Conference, but we get breakfast for free. Okay, I see. I get it. You can bring me chocolate. Yeah, sure. We'll have breakfast one morning. Private message me after I get to Denver tomorrow. You are coming to the East, Barbara? I mean to Asia. Pauline, yes, I'm planning my next trip. I'm going to come back in, here it is. I'm coming back in the fall and then again in April. And in fact, I think I'm going to bring a group of people with me. I'm planning a paid trip to, a guided trip to China to trade shows next April. But yes, Pauline, I'm planning to come back to China in a couple months. This is such a different way of looking at everything than I have heard before. Thank you, Susan. Yes, it really blows my mind the way you're having us think about products. It's not just about products. It applies to all areas of your life. Once you start seeing things from a customer-centric approach, meaning whoever's standing in front of you, whoever you're talking to, trying to convince of something, whatever wholesaler you're trying to get to sell to you at a discount, once you learn how to put yourself in their mindset and ask yourself, what's important to them? What else is important to them? How can I help them solve their problem? You see, I'm just using problem statements to understand their position better. It makes me and you a better communicator, and you accomplish more. Okay, so we're just supposed to be brainstorming all kinds of ideas. You know, Jane, we're at the point now, and this is the lesson that I'm going to upload tonight, a brainstorming session. We're at the point now where you want to start brainstorming ideas for passions and problems. And watch the video I'm going to do right now. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to take a schluck of water, have a little bit to eat, and then I'm going to record the video on brainstorming as it applies to creating bundles. Okay, watch that tonight or tomorrow. Okay, anything else? Quick question. If I did a bundle with lotions from one small major brand and I inserted a printed card of how to use the lotions and what problems these lotions help solve, do I still use the brand for the major lotion? Cynthia, she's messaging me privately. Cynthia, this is a longer question for me to answer, and it has to do with brands, and that's further on in the course. Private message me this question, and I will answer it privately. We'll buy you dinner if you're in Singapore. Thank you, Pauline. Look forward to meeting you in Denver. Got to put the kid. Okay, kiddos, we are done. Thank you for being here tonight. I recorded it. Let me save the chats. Boom. I will put the chat up in the group. Very cool. And I'll put the recording up too once it finishes doing what it needs to do. So thank you very much, guys, for coming on tonight. And go practice brainstorming and have fun. Seriously, this is fun stuff. Go have fun with it. Talk to you later. Bye.